Number 1. Boy remembers wife, finds her again. Semitutusmus was born in the village of Sarkonak, Turkey. As soon as he could talk, he said his name was Selim Pesley. Tutusmus' mother had a dream while she was pregnant in which a man appeared who identified himself as Selim Pesley and who had a bloody face. A man by that name had died in a field in a neighboring village in 1958. He had been shot in the face and right ear. Tutusmus was born with a deformed right ear. When he was 4 years old, Tutusmus walked to Pesley's home and told Pesley's widow, "I am Selim, you are my wife, Kalibe." He remembered intimate details of their life together and the names of his children. He also identified the man who shot him. Number 2. Past life in Hollywood. Ryan, a 10-year-old boy from Oklahoma, believes he is the reincarnation of Hollywood actor Marty Martin, a man who died in 1964. When he was 5 years old, he told her mother Cindy something unbelievable before going to bed. "Mom, I have something I need to tell you. I used to be somebody else." The then preschooler would talk about going home to Hollywood, meeting stars like Rita Hayworth, traveling to Paris, dancing on Broadway, and working for an agency where people would change their names. His stories were so detailed and they were so extensive that it just wasn't like a child could have made it up, her mother said. Cindy began researching Hollywood, hoping to make sense of her son's strange memories. She found this picture and Ryan said, "That's me. That's who I was." Investigators tracked down the identity of Martin, who was a movie extra turned Hollywood agent. He had in fact danced on Broadway, traveled overseas, and worked at an agency. Investigators said almost none of these details were available online. Number 3. The reincarnation of a baseball legend. Kathy Breed's 2-year-old son, Christian Hop, was a baseball prodigy who spent countless hours pitching and hitting balls and insisted on wearing a baseball uniform every day. But in her new memoir, The Boy Who Knew Too Much, Breed shares an even more improbable story that even she had trouble believing at first. She claims that Christian was the reincarnation of baseball legend Lou Gehrig, who played for the Yankees nearly a century ago. The evidence includes Christian, at the age of 2, telling his mom, "I used to be a baseball player." Is that a toddler just talking nonsense as experiments with language, or did he really mean to say, "I won the MVP awards in 1926? Breed also writes that Christian told her of traveling to hotels by train and recalled a falling out between Ruth and Gehrig. At present, Breed says Christian has no longer remembers his past life as power-hitting first baseman for the Murderers Row Yankees. Number 4. Boy killed with an axe in past life. A 3-year-old boy living in the Golan Heights, on the border of Syria and Israel, told others in his village that he was murdered with an axe in his past life. People in his community took the claim seriously and asked him what else he knew about that life. The boy took a group of people to the village where he was born, identified his killer, and even led them to the murder weapon. The 3-year-old apparently remembered the killer's name, and when they confronted him, the killer repeatedly turned white. To make the story even stranger, the 3-year-old allegedly led the others to a body that he says was his past one. Well, that may seem a little far-fetched. Villagers says the skeleton had a wound in the same area that the young boy had a birthmark. Number 5. Child remembers past life as World War II pilot. James Leininger of Louisiana, who was 2 years old when he began having nightmares of crashing in a plane. He said he was shot down by the Japanese, which his plane took off from the Natoma ship, and that he had a friend named Jack Larson. He also suggested that his name was James in this previous lifetime. There was indeed a World War II pilot named James Houston Jr., whose life and death match all these details. Leininger was also able to identify from a photograph the site where Houston plane crashed. If you like my video, please click the like button and hit subscribe.